and gents. Moxietalk with Kirt Jacobs on the grounds at Keeneland Racecourse, the internationally renowned racetrack in Lexington, Kentucky. If you want chefs, we got them. If you want master distillers, we got them. Some of the best musical artists in the country are here this weekend. Stay tuned. Hey, ladies and gents, don't you love that music in the background? We're here on the historic, internationally renowned Keeneland Racecourse at the Railbird Festival. And here we are with our 369th guest, Liz Cooper.
369?
Yes, 15 years we've been at it. Holy, yeah, exactly. So what do you like best about Railbird so far?
I mean, I've literally just arrived.
Uh-huh.
So the grass is very green.
Yes.
So that's nice.
It is nice. So in my research of you, you have a golfing background.
I do.
Can you enlighten the audience a little bit on that and how you kind of stepped away, or basically stepped away from it?
I mean, I started playing when I was probably 6 or 7. It was just like a very natural thing, and I just fell into doing it until basically my freshman year of college, and then I realized that it didn't really have any meaning to me, and I wanted to do something that was a little more fulfilling,
Sure.
Which was music. And so I bailed, and as gracefully as I possibly could, which,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes I'm a bull in a china shop, and now I play music.
Well, that's why I love to have people on with Moxie. That's why it's called Moxietalk, because it's about
Moxie.
grit and courage. Now, was there anyone in your family that had a big golfing background? So was this a big
Yeah.
deal within the family unit?
I mean, it was definitely a shock, but my grandparents all played, and my dad plays golf, and it was just something. I mean, it was essentially, it turned into like a job for me, and too much pressure for myself, like, and on myself from
understand.
myself.
Gotcha.
So it was like,
Lots
you know,
of
I had to
practice.
like hold back, and
Sure.
but yeah.
So what drives you to excel in really a whole different, I would say golf is an art form in a way, though it's sports, you know, into
Right.
music.
Passion, creativity, Microsoft Excel, Photoshop,
Exactly.
drugs.
Hey, I wanted to say it's a family channel, but it's not.
Perfect.
We've covered everything on this show.
Great.
I appreciate that. So what advice would you offer someone watching this that you and I probably will never meet?
Right.
You know, younger or older, regardless of gender, ethnicity, socioeconomic background. What advice would you offer them if they wanted to pursue a musical career?
To be as sure as possible that that's something that they want to do, and I mean, no one, if you want to do this, you do what you're gonna do, and you never take anyone's advice.
Right.
You just work as hard as you can, and if you believe in yourself, and if you really work hard, then I feel like you can do a lot with those two things and be as nice as possible.
So when was that aha moment, I like to call it, Liz, when you like, golf's not it, it's music all the way, 150%. Was there that moment that you can kind of realize that crystallized for you, or was it kind of a
I think it was just I think it was an evolution. I mean, because I've been doing this, I mean, for a long time.
Sure.
And it's peaks and valleys. And yeah, I think like the high highs keep me going, and the low lows make me question why I do anything at all. And then something really amazing will happen again, and then I'll be like, yes, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. So there's no telling.
So at the time of this particular Moxietalk, you're getting ready to release your second album. And
Yeah.
what's the title of it?
Hot Sass.
I love that.
That's right.
I don't think anyone's ever used that over an album title.
Great. Well, that's why I wrote that song and made it.
Great. I love it. We're looking forward to hearing it, more of it. My next question is, and this is kind of interesting, if you could pick 5 musicians anywhere in the world, they can be famous or not, living or deceased, and you could perform with them on stage, who might it be? If you can't come up with 5, totally understandable. It can be 1.
I feel like it would be really interesting to do something with Neil Young.
Good choice.
Because he's one of my favorites. And I think probably Ella Fitzgerald.
Ooh, that would be an eclectic group, the 3 of you so far.
Yeah,
Any more? That's pretty good choices.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we throw Courtney Love in there to spice it up. And
There's some hot sass for you.
And I don't know. I'm sure I have other people, but Johnny Greenwood. And then we can write a really weird, intense classical and like far out piece together.
I love it. What was the best piece of advice ever given to you? And it can be more than one, personal, professional. I think you kind of touched upon it earlier, but.
Right. Well, I feel like my dad's given me a lot of really good advice since he's my dad.
Sure.
And has raised me to chase my gut and to just work really hard. And I mean, really, I don't know if there's a best piece of advice, but he's the one that's just like, you don't need to be the smartest person in the world, but if you're the hardest working person in the world and you're the nicest person, then you can do great things.
Exactly. So do you ever feel like you're misunderstood?
I mean, every day.
Every day?
Well, to myself.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes I misunderstand myself.
Yeah, you can surprise yourself. I found that out in my own human journey. It's, I think it's a human condition, but that's not that's not quite the purpose of the show. So we'll get into psychoanalysis later, as they say. But so you also have, or part of your group is the Stampede. How did you come up with that name? Was that
I mean, I made that when I was like 19 years old, and I just wanted to have a band so badly, and my friends and I were just like, let's just call it the Stampede, and because it's a force, but we nixed the band's name, or I did, and everyone was down with it, because at this point no one that is playing with me was a part of Window Flowers, which is my last and my debut record. And I mean, I just wanted a clean slate, especially after not playing for the last couple of years. And I just feel like Hot Sass is the most personal thing I've done and most me thing. And I mean, I worked really hard with Joe Baziri and Ryan Usher to make this a performance with a band. And
it's great.
So yeah, I love having a band, but I took my name back so I could, never change it again.
That's awesome. That's creativity is all about: originality, authenticity.
Yeah.
So this other question I'm curious about: what has been your greatest professional accomplishment? It can be more than one. Maybe it could be personal.
Sure. I mean, really, I feel really proud of this record, and I think to be proud of something that I'm putting out, like, I guess I've probably been in this exact moment before where I'm like, I'm so proud of this, but I'm really proud of my songwriting on this upcoming record. And I mean, I think looking around and seeing the people that I work with, they're just people that I love and respect. And I mean, I think that's probably my biggest accomplishment, is to be able to make music and be creative with people that I really love and look up to. And that kind of blows me away when, it's people that I love and respect.
Well, you're doing what you love. I'm doing what I love.
That's
and I
right.
try not to remind myself that, because I just want to keep moving.
Sure.
Don't want to let that pinch myself or what have you.
Right.
But yes, I appreciate you sharing that.
Sure.
So this is our signature question.
Okay.
Our last question that we ask. We tend to do a studio, more formal, kind of polished look, but you can't do all that, obviously, at a music festival. So, God forbid, Liz, you walk out of here, it's your last day on earth for whatever reason.
Okay.
How do you want to be remembered by fans, friends, family, colleagues, band members? I could go on. How do you want to be remembered?
I just want to be respected. And be like, wow, she was a very compassionate and giving person. And I don't really know. I mean, we could go literally at any minute. So that's kind of just what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the next phase, which is cool. And it's not something to be afraid of, I don't think.
No, not at all. Not at all. I love asking the question because I think it gives a lot of insight into how you're kind of hardwired, or how all of us are hardwired. Everyone answers that so differently. Well, I really want to thank you for being on Moxietalk with Kirt Jacobs. It's quite an honor, and thank you your valuable time. And
you're welcome.
Humbled that you came on with us, and looking forward to your great performance and your album coming out. And Thanks so much for being with us. We'll do a little elbow bump.
Word.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bump.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Liz.
Nice to meet you.
And we'll be back with more here at the Railbird Festival here in Lexington, Kentucky at the Keeneland Race Course in Bluegrass Country. Stay tuned.